Hello and welcome to this episode of Film Smart. In this episode, it's going to be all about the DCCU. We're going to talk about the Batman vs. Superman EW photos, Green Lantern, probably some Suicide Squad, just kind of the future with it laying out, especially with Comic-Con up ahead of us. This is going to be all speculation. After Comic-Con, obviously, I think we'll have some more answers on who's going to be Green Lantern and probably in some other, a new Batman v Superman trailer probably. But first, let's get into the photos. We know we saw the Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman all on the cover of Entertainment Weekly, which I thought looked pretty good. There was a few problems. I know we had a little bit, but for the most part, what did you think of it?
Well, I love Wonder Woman's costume. I feel like, all three of them look like they were pulled right out of the comic books. Yeah, the only problems I did have was Batman looked a little out of place for me because it was like white. The first time I saw it, he had that white background, and then his eyes, they kind of stood out, and then the black kind of stood weird. And Wonder Woman, I liked her costume a lot. I didn't have the same problems Grace Randolph had where it was too glittery. I don't understand that one. But Superman, he literally, like, Henry Cavill is Superman. And I love that he actually had like a happy look on his face, kind of. Yeah. Whereas the other two, Wonder Woman was intense, and Batman was just kind of like and I think it really represented what like mindset each of the characters are always in. So I think that cover was actually really perfect. And Clay Enos, he's a great photographer. He does all the stuff for all the DC stuff. So
yeah, I liked the photo. Like you said, Batman did seem a little out of place, especially his eyes, and he's pretty bulky. And the jokes I've heard from people, like I didn't know Kevin James was playing Batman. Those are pretty funny, and he does look bulky, but I think just the way he was standing and where he was, it looked strange when we actually see him in action. Like when he was moving in the trailer, when he was searching, he didn't look bad. So
huge. He looked huge.
I mean, he looked like I was get the crap beat out of him. But, he didn't look bad.
Something you don't want to mess with.
And I like this suit better than the Dark Knight suit because I think it looks. Always the problem I have with the Dark Knight suit is whenever he fought during the day, like in the Dark Knight, it just didn't look right. The suit didn't look well for me.
I thought he was just the Dark Knight trilogy. I thought he was a terrible fighter.
Terrible.
When him and Bane were fighting, it looked like they were just.
when he fought the Joker's goons, and when the Joker threw Rachel off the building, when he was fighting those, terrible. I mean, Joker looked better fighting than. I mean, he was just better anyway. But
hopefully Zack Snyder brings some cool moves to Batman.
Yeah, and I'm sure he will. And this Batman, he looks just better for the day because when you're fighting with superheroes like these, you can't be fighting at night all the time. Because that was the thing that you could go with is, since he's alone, he'll just fight in the night in every movie. He can't anymore. He's part of a bigger thing now. He's going to be, he's
the Trinity.
And a lot of these characters look better during the day.
Yeah.
So.
And I love, the gray.
Yeah. So.
Finally, not all black.
Yeah, I know.
Or blue.
None of those really felt true to Batman. Those were nice, but they always felt like an interpretation of Batman. Yeah. Whereas this feels like Batman. So I'm glad to see that. Another photo we saw was Batman and Superman staring at each other, and Batman had the armor on that he's going to need to fight Superman.
I wonder when they get that close without, I wonder if they have, an organized fight. They were meet me at 3 o'clock, and then we're going to shake hands first, and then we'll fight. I don't understand. I mean, the footage from the IMAX screening of the trailer showed them in, a warehouse running towards each other, and right before they collided, it ended. So, I mean, I don't understand when they would have been that close. Maybe that was after the fight, and they were just like, you're never going to win, you're never going to beat me, and my suits are never going to fail, something like that. But I don't understand what would set that up.
And that reminds me of the other picture with Batman with his symbol, with the light.
Oh, I love that.
That makes me think he's going to say, come to the symbol, but Superman's going to go to the symbol where Gordon has put up. The officers, and oh, this is awkward. I think I went to the wrong one. So he's going to have to go back to the other bat. And then he's like, there's another one over
Batman's just standing there.
don't you have super sense? Like, why'd you come here? You didn't. Anyway, but the thickness of his suit to fight suit, that looks massive. I mean, no, I can't wait to see it. Oh, God. And then I'm looking at one right now with Superman on the Day of the Dead, it looks like. In the trailer, you remember he was with these people that had painted skulls on their face, and we didn't know where he was. If he was obviously not in America, and he looked like he was in some foreign country. It looked to be like some island country or Latin American country. And now it looks like they actually are it looks like the Day of the Dead,
Yeah.
which they celebrate in November in Mexico. I think it's November 2nd, and they might be worshiping.
Yeah, this is a man, alien, or
But
God. And I was thinking, yeah, it could be a really religious group, and they're all, they're thinking like maybe this is the second coming, and they're all
Yeah.
getting prepared, and they're thinking like, oh my gosh, he's right here, and they're all reaching out to touch him because in the Bible, they had a scene where Jesus, he was going through a crowd, and somebody touched him, and they were healed instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe these people could be trying to do something like that.
That could be interesting.
And all the parallels between Jesus and Superman. So.
And we saw the soldiers with the Superman symbol. Even the government, which isn't religious, they're kind of worshiping Superman in a way. Obviously.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
That's a curious thing. I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like the actual government, or that's like a private military type of thing that they like love Superman, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight for him and his regime.
You also have the false god thing. So I don't know. There's gonna be some division, I guess.
Yeah, maybe the government does support him, and the people are saying like, then we can't support the government.
Yeah, I don't.
He could start a
war. One of my favorite photos was the Wonder Woman and Batman, and the gala. It looks like, and then a lot of people say it might be Lex Luthor and Mercy Graves in the background.
Mercy! Oh my gosh, if Mercy Graves is in this,
that could be interesting. But beyond that, just the actual photo itself with them, people say it's really reminiscent of the TV show with Batman and Wonder Woman when they danced, and this might point to a love triangle, which actually usually I'm like, oh god,
but now it's like, yes.
a love triangle with Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Okay.
I do prefer the Wonder Woman and Batman together than Superman and Wonder Woman. Really? I don't know why. Even on Bruce Timm's show, I just loved that. Well, he never pursued her, but she would always like flirt with him.
Yeah, I liked that too.
And then when they finally did kiss in that restaurant when those guards were looking for all the Justice League members, I loved that episode.
And I was telling you, the picture reminded me of the scene in The Dark Knight Rises with Catwoman and Bruce Wayne. And it's almost like Ben Affleck. It's almost like this movie is starting off where Dark Knight Rises left off, where Batman's he's in his 40s, and he has gray streaks now, and he's been Batman for a long time, and he's seen stuff, and he's just messed up, as I would expect Christian Bale's Batman to be at the end of Dark Knight Rises. And he's back to the gala thing. It reminded me a lot of Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, I love that picture.
And then Wonder Woman looked really dignified. She looked, I don't know, she
looks like she's done this before.
And she looks older too. I don't know if they aged her up. It almost looked like I saw a gray streak for a second in her hair, but I didn't.
Well, she is a demigod.
And then with the lipstick, I don't know, she just looked
she's
more mature.
Yeah.
So.
Which I mean, if you're a demigod, you live 100-some years, hundreds of years maybe.
Maybe she could be like Thor and have been alive for like 2,000 years.
Yeah, because she really could have done this before. Maybe the whole rumor with seeing her in photos from all that are true. So.
Yeah. Who knows? But I liked that photo. Oh, there's the Batman.
Yeah, Superman. Oh, it's such a good picture.
Yeah, it's a great photo. There's the Lex Luthor photo, which I don't know if that's in Wayne Manor or if it's in Luthor's Manor.
Or hopefully not like his office.
I like it though. It looks cool.
Yeah, the actual house looks really cool. The hair, the only reason, I know Lex Luthor is supposed to have funky hair, so like when he loses the hair, it really doesn't matter because either way it's ugly. Which I guess that makes sense, but like there's this one comic book where he wears a trench coat and a black like sweater, and he has this cool like slick back red hair.
Oh, really?
And I think that would have been a really cool look because he's real slim in that comic book, and it would have been perfect for Jesse Eisenberg. So I think that's a really good picture, and hopefully they're going in the direction of that one.
I wonder if they're doing the Fantastic Four thing where we take a classic villain and we make him younger, obviously, and with the Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four, he's going to be like a hacker or something. And he almost looks kind of like a
hack. Well, like he owns a technology company.
Yeah, like he inherited from his stupid dad. And
my stupid dad.
I don't know.
Maybe they will have Lionel in there.
But yeah, it could be interesting. I thought just the way he was dressed, he almost looks like a hipster kind of.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
who works for Google?
I liked the I liked the photo though. And then we saw the one with Zack Snyder and Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne with the bus destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know they said in Man of Steel that Batman was actually helping people during that time, which is awesome.
And then they destroyed a Wayne Enterprise building.
And
in the thing,
his own people he knew, they
he
said
died in there.
Yeah, Zack Snyder made it personal. He said,
"Kill Catwoman."
Oh no! Please.
Catwoman's waiting for Bruce
can
to come
kill-
up for a little midnight snack.
You can kill like, 2 of the Robins or something, but don't kill Catwoman.
Catwoman, yeah. We have to see her.
Oh yeah, we got to see her.
Ooh.
Because I feel like the Catwoman we've gotten in the past have been like the Catwoman we got in Dark Knight Rises felt very realistic.
Yeah, she.
And the Catwoman we got in Batman Returns felt very unrealistic, but very comic booky.
And the Catwoman, Halle Berry, was just awful.
Yeah, and then that was just garbage.
And it was not Batman.
So throwing the Halle Berry one out, we need to have a medium. We need to. I like the Catwoman in the Arkham games. I like the Catwoman on Injustice with those claws. I think that would be cooler. They need to go comic booky with her, but not too comic booky. Because that's a very easy character, as we've seen, to make that corny.
Yeah.
You know, even though I like the one in Batman and Robin, we can't have her going meow or
meow. This kitty has claws.
But she could crawl on walls or something like that. Crazy. Like that would be.
I want to see the whip.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't have the whip in in Dark Knight Rises, which made sense.
Like, I mean, I think she did it. What did she do it in the dark? I thought she had she got something with it, but it wasn't like a real whip.
I don't know.
Like, I just remember thinking, like, why didn't she actually whip somebody with it? Like, have a cat of 9 tails or something.
I just remember I liked her in the movie, but she didn't really feel like Catwoman to me.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of felt like a woman who dressed in an interesting suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it was whatever. But it was interesting. I don't know if this picture with Batman is during the Metropolis. Was he saving people as Bruce Wayne, or was he saving people as?
Well, I don't think he can get in the Batman suit.
Yeah, I don't know, but interesting. I don't know when this is supposed to actually be, but we've seen him wearing that.
Yeah, I wonder, was he actually running into the city as the things were crushing down on people?
See, it seems like that would be a time to wear the armored Batman suit.
I wonder if he even had that.
Yeah, maybe he just planned.
Because that'd be cool if he did have that before, if he knew something was out there.
Yeah, maybe he's used it with.
I've been waiting to use this.
I don't know. He would use it, but
maybe Bane isn't strong enough, but
yeah, but maybe they could do a funny thing where it's like they were expecting Bane to have broken his back, but you realize he just wore the suit that time, and Bane broke his leg trying to break the bat.
I would break the bat.
But maybe he has like Iron Man. He has a bunch of different, he has a Clayface suit. But who knows? That could be interesting. His world obviously is going to get bigger. I don't know if Batman is aware of, because I know the Flash is supposed to have existed, right?
Yeah.
Aquaman is supposed to. Is he aware? Has he fought any of those people? I mean, the Suicide Squad is there. I mean, has he fought of any of those? I'm sure he has. Obviously, the Joker and Harley Quinn, but anybody else like Killer Croc? Have any of those been an issue?
Killer Croc. He is out there. Suicide Squad, yeah.
And then you have Captain Boomerang with the Flash. I mean, you have
Harley and Joker. Oh.
You have some personal people on there. So I don't know if Batman knows about some of these other people, but who knows? Interesting. And then, of course, we have the cover we were talking about. Overall, I thought these were really interesting photos, and I'm excited. And then it got me more excited for Suicide Squad because Batman's in that, and the Joker, and Harley Quinn. I can't wait to see, and Deadshot. Yeah, so I'm excited. I can't wait to see who dies, because I think a big question is a question that nobody's thinking about is Captain Boomerang going to get blown up? Because as we know, he's a Flash villain a lot of the time. A lot of people have not even thought.
I think Slipknot will die.
Which one is he?
He's what's his name? It's that dude. He has he can get out of anything knotted up. He can get out of any knot.
That's not really
or restraint.
He's just skilled.
He's just good at all that. Yeah, and he can get into anything too. That's just his ability. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like somebody nobody would care if they killed.
But they can make him really they wouldn't care because he wouldn't affect anything. But they can make him you really start to like him, so that it's still a big impact. But in a way, it's not a big impact.
If I had to guess, the people who they're not going to kill, Harley Quinn, they're not going to kill.
The Joker,
not going to kill. Deadshot, they're not going to kill. Will Smith would not sign on to a movie he's going to die.
Yeah.
Especially Deadshot. Deadshot's big enough that he's not going to get killed. I don't think Killer Croc's going to get killed. I think something worse is going to happen to Killer Croc, and he's going to become an actual Killer Croc. I think he's going to get worse because, as he is now, what's the danger? Is he just use a gun? To me, the Killer Croc he's a huge croc, and Batman can't really handle that.
And then he's just
But that Killer Croc, Batman.
Oh, I want to see Batman fight this Killer Croc though.
And then I don't think Katana is going to die.
Yeah.
I don't think Captain Boomerang's going to die. Rick Flag probably doesn't have anything in his head because he's leading the team. But maybe he could die.
He could, yeah, he could be the one dying.
And then everybody else, I wouldn't be surprised if they died. I'm not even remembering.
Enchantress.
Oh, Enchantress.
I don't think she'll die.
I don't know.
I don't know. They still, since Warner Brothers is giving all the Vertigo properties to New Line, but Justice League Dark has like DC characters in that.
Justice
too.
League Dark is staying with DC.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're staying with Warner Brothers. So I'm thinking if Enchantress is already out there, then it's a good chance that the other characters are out there. So if they kill her off, then because I mean Enchantress is a big part of the Justice League Dark. Mm-hmm. So if they kill her off, then they're just kind of unbinding the team.
So that actually brings me to another thing I want to talk about since we're talking about DC, but the Justice League Dark. How do you think that ties in with Justice League?
I don't know. I mean, since Enchantress is out there, I guess they'll all be aware that magic exists.
Yeah.
Or like, I wonder what kind of magic she'll have. She looks like she would be like some swamp witch from her costume.
And we saw those little minions or whatever walking around.
Wait, what?
Remember we saw those photos of they look like mutated things that they were fighting?
Oh, I didn't see those.
Oh, you didn't see them? I'll show you them. But they look like these non-human soldiers. And a lot of people said, are they just some generic villains they're fighting? I'm like, I think those are Enchantress people. I think she brought those.
She can do a lot of stuff. Like, she has multiple personalities. Like, she gets almost possessed by... her real thing is June Moon, and then the Enchantress comes out of her. But, like, yeah, she's very powerful. I remember in Justice League Dark, the Volume 1, they kind of have to battle her. They have to find her because she's making all these crazy things go on around the world. Like, what was it? I think there were this woman, there were copies of the same woman just wandering out into the street, and all these cars on the highway. These kids were in a diner watching the news, and there were these cars just slamming into this woman. Like, there was these big accidents happening, and she was just making all these things. Like, plants were coming up, and they were growing crazy and killing people, and, like, just different things were happening. And, what's her name? Madame Xanadu, she was the one that, like, used her ball to figure out where the source of it was coming from, and then she sends John Constantine to go get, like, Enchantress. So then that, like, ties it all together. But I guess, there's also a scene where Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and I think that's it, they all go to fight one of Enchantress's things. It's a web of teeth. Like, it's a big swarm. It's like, flies. They thought it was flies at first. They get up in there, and it's teeth, and they just rip right through Superman and Wonder Woman. They're all out there. They're all, ah!
What was this in?
The Justice League Dark Volume 1, the comic book of the New 52. Yeah, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg, they go in there and get wrecked. And then the rest of them, the Justice League Dark can come in, and they know how to use magic, and they know how to fight magic and all this stuff. So I think they really have to set it up to where there's threats that the Justice League literally can't fight.
Because of the magic.
Magic, yeah. Superman, I mean, Wonder Woman couldn't fight it, and she's a demigod.
And Superman, we say magic's his weakness, right? And then what's Batman going to do with magic? And
yeah, he literally, I remember he didn't even go. He was just like, what am I going to do?
There's nothing I can do. Yeah. People think I'm magic, but no, there's nothing I can do. But that I think that's a great idea, is having the Justice League fight the brute and the science.
Yeah.
And have Justice League Dark fight the magic and the supernatural. I think that's actually a great counterbalance. Mm-hmm. To have the freaky, weird. They could even make those movies kind of R-rated.
I just realized in Volume 2, the vampires take over Gotham. And Batman and Batgirl and Robin, Nightwing, they're all out there fighting vampires because they're not that strong. When you're a new vampire, you're not that strong. So she just created all of them. So Batgirl was out there, and you just see Batman breaking their necks and just throwing them off. And
so he's killing them.
Oh yeah, Batman was wooden stakes. Oh my gosh, Batman was so savage.
Batman does have a relationship with vampires. Remember, there's a Batman Dracula movie or something.
What?
That's a weird. At the time, I didn't think it was weird, but looking back, Dracula.
But now, I really think John Constantine or Andrew Bennett, the vampire that's actually good. He's the only good one. Like literally the only good one. Everyone else is evil. And he joins the Justice League Dark and helps them take down Mary, which is the leader of the evil vampires. And yeah, he helps thwart that whole thing in Gotham. And
with the Justice League Dark movie, they're going to need to be very careful with that because in DC, obviously, there's not as much comedy. Whereas Marvel, with Guardians of the Galaxy, they're very weird characters, but they could fall back on the comedy. DC can't do that, and these are really weird characters, even weirder than Guardians, with Swamp Thing and Dead Man. I mean, you could probably bring some comedy with Dead Man, but
I think with
Constantine,
with even when Batgirl was fighting the vampire, one of them bit her, but like when you take off Batman's mask, something sprays you.
Oh yeah.
But it got the vampire in his fangs, and she was like, "Must have been that garlic bread I ate." And I think that they could just throw out little funny jokes like that. I remember I was laughing throughout the Justice League Dark comic, and people were dying. I mean, it was funny because they were making jokes about the whole situation, and John Constantine is so absent from everything that it's kind of funny because you're like, all this stuff is happening. And
he seems like somebody you could make. He could be really funny.
Yeah.
I know something with the smoking or something. I feel like you could just make him a funny
kind
of
light a cigarette in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, just like a laid back character.
I know, yeah, get away. Hocus pocus.
And then you have Zatanna.
Oh my gosh, how did I forget about her? No, she could be like a funny, everybody loves her character. She would be somebody everybody falls in love.
Popular, because you could tie her in with the Justice League, I think. Because I know her and Batman.
Her and Batman. She helps out the Justice League all the time. Like in Justice League, when Wonder Woman got turned into a pig by Cersei, Zatanna found a way to turn her back into Wonder Woman. So I mean, I feel like her magic isn't actually that powerful. That's the only thing with her. Like
her father is powerful.
Yeah, he never told her how before he got I think he died or he just gets kidnapped or something. She thinks he's dead, but he never told her how to unlock her real magic. Like he teaches her parlor tricks, but then she starts figuring out because she teaches herself magic. So once she finds him, she can get real powerful, but she doesn't know how to do much now.
Okay, so beyond the Justice League Dark, which we're sure. After they said Guillermo del Toro's not working on the script anymore, which
I'm
was
fine
a surprise to nobody.
I'm fine, yeah.
There was no track movement on that. I mean, they said that 2 years ago. And he also has a billion other things going on. Pacific Rim 2, I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah.
And then after that, so he's not doing that, but they also gave the sign that not only is it staying with Warner Brothers, but they're getting some movement on that. So sometime in the next few years, we're going to see a movie that's tied into the universe, which will be interesting. Obviously, we know we're getting Flash with Ezra Miller. Who knows?
I don't know what that.
We know who's directing it, though, right?
The Chris Miller and Phil Lord.
So that is confirmed. So we got those guys. So we obviously know there's probably going to be
a little bit of humor.
There would have to be. I mean, you can't have directors like that, especially a character.
And
like
they got
Flash.
to top the Flash TV show.
Oh,
that show has humor, romance, action, comedy. Oh, well, I said
drama,
humor, but yeah, drama.
And then
has everything, diversity.
Yeah. Then Aquaman, we have with James Wan directing that.
Oh yeah.
Jason Momoa is going to be there. We don't know. I would like to see Black Manta be the villain. But it could end up being an Atlantean.
Oh, I want to see him battle for the throne. Them to be like, wait, you're half human. You shouldn't be the king of Atlantis, and he has to battle for his right to be the king.
And it could take place where the world engine was, the other world engine that Superman stopped.
I think they should have a scene where Aquaman's literally looking at all the ruined, and he's just like.
I want the Metropolis.
Oh, it kills his wife.
Everything. Oh,
kills Mira.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
You just see her body laying. Oh my God, Aquaman!
I want the Metropolis thing to be the cause of everything. Like that just has a domino effect on even the Justice League Dark. I want it to have some type of effect on them.
It threw off the lunar balance. You never know. They usually have the stars, astrology. They use that to balance how much magic's available, something like that. They have to. You can make up anything. It's magic.
And it killed Dead Man or something.
Yeah. It killed. Oh, it could have been what killed him. The earthquake got set off at his show because he died in a show. He was a stunt man. He used to do motorbikes on ramps and stuff. And he died. He fell to his death, and somehow he turned into a superhero. I haven't read the comic book. I just read a synopsis.
Interesting idea to make a ghost superhero.
Yeah.
But then you have the Wonder Woman. We don't know if that's going to take place in the 20s or the 40s or the 70s or
I hope modern day
or I want to see a past one just to see how she fits, because a lot of the other ones they take place now. I'd like to see something a little farther back. I'd like to see,
what would she be doing?
I don't know, maybe
stopping a war.
Maybe Cheetah is a character. Then we could make a Cheetah.
She could have been battling Cheetah.
Make Cheetah like a
or Cersei gets loose and she fits in with the 20s or something in the roaring 20s, and she's all living up.
Cheetah could be like a Nazi experiment, like when they were trying to get gorillas and men to do things.
My gosh.
Cheetah, a weird Nazi experiment.
I mean, I wonder how people would react for Wonder Woman versus Hitler and all that type of stuff. I don't know,
I don't know, but those rumors, I think that'd be an interesting way to tie.
I think they really have to play that safe.
And then they could do something like the gods caused World War II, or they caused the Great Depression. Something like that.
We can't trust you, Zeus. And then he'd be like, I would destroy all of you.
So it's basically maybe her trying to stop those events, and she keeps not being able to stop them. And now in Justice League, she finally has
some friends or something
she finally can have a coalition of people.
I lived for thousands of years alone, afraid that I was the only one like myself. Finally, they sent you, Superman.
And then with
maybe that's how they fall in love.
Oh,
Ooh. Oh, God! We just wrote the script.
And then the Shazam movie with Black Adam, with Rock playing Black Adam.
Oh, yeah, Black Adam. He's been around forever. He's been around since, the Egyptians, when they were all...
See, the more I think about it, there has to be comedy in this universe because you have The Rock in.
Yeah.
I just keep forgetting The Rock is going to be in
Which
the same
he's supposed
universe.
to be really arrogant and cocky, and I think The Rock could do that easily.
Oh, yeah. I think he'd be great at that. And then I think we're going to see him earlier than the movie, which is slated to come out in 19.
I wonder if they'll use ISIS, not like the terrorist organization, but
I know what you mean.
the goddess, and keep the name. I don't want them to be like Aphrodite. No. He needs to be with ISIS.
Be the same thing with like Suicide Squad. Let's change the name.
Yeah. I mean, like, her thing to become ISIS, she has to say, I am ISIS. So, like, she has a stone on. She goes, I am ISIS. And then a lightning strikes her.
Yeah, it might be in poor taste.
Yeah.
But
And
still,
people would be like,
the Shazam movie, I'm so excited for Shazam.
Yeah.
I wish that was closer. I wish it was like Batman vs. Superman, Shazam, and then Suicide Squad. Just kind of like in the middle. And then, are we forgetting? Oh, Cyborg comes in 2020.
Yeah.
I know a lot of this stuff.
No, nothing about that.
And I'm actually excited because it's a minority-led superhero movie, which is unusual. I mean, what do we have? Black Panther and Luke Cage is going to be have his own TV series, but outside of that, I can't think of any other superhero that's going to be in the near future.
Cyborg's a real leap of faith. He has no, like, I looked up his villain. He has no villains that are his. Like, he is, like, I think one, but that's in another dimension.
You want to make Deathstroke the villain?
But that wouldn't really be, like, I feel like they should have somebody who really counters what he's good
Cyborg's too powerful.
For just Deathstroke, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could create another tech, but then I feel like that'd be so cheap. I don't know. It just feels like...
maybe Deathstroke would be be cool because you can make it more psychological and... I don't know. I'm excited.
I used to not understand how Deathstroke could fight all the Teen Titans.
Yeah, they never.
Raven could easily destroy him.
Yeah,
she could destroy all of them.
And so could the stars.
Starfire.
Starfire. I almost said Stargirl. I couldn't remember.
Stargirl. Yeah, that's another character.
Starfire. So now I'm thinking about it, Robin's probably going to be connected with Batman. Cyborg obviously is.
They could be good friends. You never know. Maybe Robin's helping Batman get people up, and then he picks up Victor Stone, takes him to the hospital. He's like, "Thanks, man." And then he's like, "Here's my number. Call me when I'm out of surgery."
And then
they're best friends.
We have Enchantress that could tie into Raven maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe she knows Raven. Yeah,
Raven. Starfire. I don't know how you do that, but
Starfire. She was in the Phantom Zone, and when it got destroyed by the exploding of Krypton, she got transported in another black hole to Earth.
And I really, and Beast Boy's another I don't know.
Yeah, Beast Boy. I think they could leave him out.
I don't really care.
Yeah, like
if they do a team,
I always thought it was stupid that he could only turn into animals.
Yeah,
like if you can morph, why wouldn't you just be able to morph into anything?
Yeah,
into another human.
That only becomes useful to never. But
yeah. Yeah, like, well, I mean, unless you're jumping into the ocean and you have to be like, no, no, it's still not useful.
And then the Green Lantern thing, we don't know if Tyrese Gibson's going to be playing John
Stewart.
Yeah,
he sure seems convinced.
He better hope he's playing him after this, or else his career's
or else we're all going to be making fun of him.
And then we got Chris Pine, who might be Hal Jordan. And then we don't know who could play Guy Gardner. And those are the three lineups that they're talking about.
I want a female in there.
I'd like to see Kyle Rayner too. But yeah, we'll see whoever's going to play Star Sapphire.
Yeah, a black woman. Make Jon Stewart Janet Stewart.
But who knows? But I'm excited about that. People are saying that's coming around the time Cyborg comes out. Because Cyborg is 2019. Is Cyborg 2019 or 2020?
I thought it was 2020.
It's either 19 or 20.
Green Lantern. Does Green Lantern... I think Green Lantern's 2019. I just remember one of them was like, I was like, wow, I'm going to be in a whole other chapter of my life when these come out.
But then I keep thinking, 2020 is only 4.5 years away. But strange to think. But anyway, the other thing I just wanted to add about the DC, I really would love to see a Thanagar movie with the Hawk Girl and Hawkman. Yeah. And I'd like to see it take place there. Because the DC movies, I love the planets they have and the different societies.
I loved when Thanagar invaded Earth and how Hawkgirl kind of turned on the Justice League. And I loved how it showed, like, and they didn't forgive her. And that's what I liked about it. Like, it wasn't okay at the end of the day. And like, oh man, Justice League was such a brilliant cartoon. Even as a kid, you were like, man, it wasn't okay. Like, they can't fix everything. And I mean, it's almost like, yeah, your parents, they can't, not everything's gonna be okay. Like, they can't fix everything. So, like, when it wasn't okay at the end of the episode, you just kind of had to deal with the fact that she's not in the Justice League anymore. She's not one of the Thanagarians anymore. She's just kind of solo. And then she went to go live, like, in that weird dimension with Amazo and some other dude, which was weird.
And I also want to see a Green Arrow movie with Black Canary. I think that I'd love to see.
If they could go ahead and cancel Arrow because garbage now.
Yeah, unless they improve. But even if it is
season 1 and 2 are great, but then season 3 garbage. It's awful.
And I want to see Green Arrow on the big screen. I want to see him with the Justice League.
Have you? Oh my god, I got to send you the script. That scrap script. I think. Who wrote it? Somebody, I don't remember their name.
The Supermax thing. Yeah,
Supermax. Yeah. It was actually, I got into it. I was reading it during class one day.
Yeah, I really want to see a big, bulky, crazy.
I want to see him fight Batman.
And I want to see the Green Arrow because as much I like the show and all.
Yeah,
he's
Batman.
Yeah, the Green Arrow from the comics he's like
funny. He's a ladies' man.
He's ladies.
He loves Black Canary, and Laurel totally gets like no credit on Arrow. And in season 1, there's this one thing where Tommy says, "What'd you miss most? The money, the sex, the alcohol, some of the partying." He was like Laurel, but then in season 3, it's like he doesn't even know her.
Yeah.
And in season 2, it was like he didn't even care about her. So I'm just kind of over that whole show.
And Green Arrow's always really big into social and political issues.
Yeah.
And none of that is made it into the show, which I thought was weird. I was like, this is not Arrow.
Yeah, it's because they couldn't use Batman.
Yeah, the show is cool, and they're obviously trying to market off of the Dark Knight trilogy, but okay, for the movies, we need something. We need Green Arrow for the movies. Sorry. But and then obviously I want to see Black Lightning and Martian Manhunter. I'd love to see characters like that. Red Tornado.
Yeah. Red Tornado. That's cool.
And I love maybe a Young Justice movie.
Yeah. I mean, there's no problem like having spin-offs of these things.
But yeah, this is just getting me so excited for the DC Cinematic Universe. I can't just.
Young Justice would be such a good movie.
It's so great to see it happen so fast because like we know these characters are going to be in these things, and they're like we're going to see a huge amount of DC characters just next year. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Amanda Waller, all the Suicide Squad. I mean, that's a lot of characters. That we're going to see a Flash and Wonder Woman. I mean, it's a lot of people, and just in 1 year. So I can't wait. You know what to do: like, subscribe, comment. We'll be back for Comic-Con, like an after Comic-Con video. And as always, stay film smart.